If you would subscribe to the live screen sharing room on DAX and watch every day the live trades I do on time during the market hours, the first hour of cash trading and then US session, and why I'm taking these trades, you can go on my Twitter page here at this name and click this on the pin tweet here, this link which will prompt you to a PayPal subscription service which is have a small description here, and the first 2 days is free, then you can have free cancellation if you wish so, and then it's just 19 euros a month. So if you click login here, then this will prompt you to a subscription details, and then you will need to let me know about this so I can send you the password, and so you can be able to log in every day and watch the live screen sharing. Or you can just go to my YouTube channel here, which I upload every day the video after what happened after the European cash market closes, and this is the link here of the everyday recording after the market closes. So this is just free, so you can feel free to go here and just watch this. Okay, hello everyone. So final day of the week here, and we have a small gap down but still within 3 days range almost here, whole week apart from Monday's breakout. So we need to see if this will change at all and price exaggerate, move up towards the highs, or what it does at 720s. Also be cautious to see if this will just balance and choppily balance for all the session, as we have a quiet economic calendar. So in terms of how to trade this morning, we would like to see if price can hold above initial balance high. We'll try to go long for a move up to 800. Of course, this has a risk price just reverse here, balancing as it happens a couple of sessions back. In case of downside, we would like to see price holding below initial balance low, then going short for a move down towards the yesterday's and the days before lows here, and what it does if it's a nice area of support for a long later on. So let's see how this will play. As of now, price just going sideways here, not an initial buying or selling. So let's see. This area is a short position here against the initial balance high. Need to see price held resistance here at yesterday's point of control, so need to see if it takes down yesterday's lows. Of course, still within the initial balance range, so let's see if it breaks down the low, and if it goes down to yesterday's lows here will be nice trade, unless this just consolidates like this and then reversing towards the upside, of course. Out of the short trade here, exactly the same like yesterday. Once I enter, immediately towards the upside. So let's see its intentions now. If a long against the midpoint will be the right decision. So initiated a long trade here against this midpoint and VWAP, looking to see if price can go and hold above, go towards 800s. Scale out first target here out of the long trade. This is again failing exactly like yesterday, failing above initial balance high. So better give this some time to see how it can be traded. 24 points and giving reversals, so not sure about this. Initiated a short trade here just again against initial balance high. Reason for this is that price failed once again today's above initial balance high, so looking to use this level as a resistance. Also yesterday's value area high and fill the gap here, now failing and going towards the downside. So we'd like to see if this can go towards yesterday's lows, if not lower. Again, unless we have just a small range balance, then no trade can work out more than 10 points or so. Price just below initial balance low, scaled out first target from the short trade, resistance on VWAP here, So question now is if this managed to go and tag yesterday's lows or the days before, or if it just once again balances within this small range, pushing lower at the moment. Price pushing lower here, scale out to second target from the short trade. Now need to see if it goes down towards the yesterday's lows and the days before. So if we see flash down move and what it does, if it holds support there or if it manages to go further down. Okay, so here we are now into the cash trading session, and you can see 40 points or so in this first hour of cash trading range. The way this is setting up seems like will be a balanced day, although still holding the short position from 45s from 53s here and have moved the stop to 45. So if price goes back here, I will be stopped out for full first target instead of giving this back. So we need to see eventually, yeah, straight flash down as I'm talking here. Scale out full position here. Very nice capture this while I was talking. So I was about to say that we would like to see if this can go and tag yesterday's lows or the days before. After this, we're looking for a move, if this holds of course and do not get absorbed and immediately rallied all the way up. Looking for a move down to 667 and 677, which is this weekly lows and breakout on Monday. This trade developed in very nice full 40 points profit target here. So in terms of weekly profile here, we can see, as said yesterday, that price pulled back here at the weekly highs and held support, then almost there yesterday. So now testing third time, broke down. So the question now is if this will manage to hold the resistance below here and continues to go lower. Looking for a move up to previous week value area high 660s, 650s area, and see what it does there. So let's see if this will manage to go down there. So here got a few hours later from this morning cash open, I shorted here at initial balance midpoint and captured 10, 20, 40 points profit targets towards the downside. Now waiting to see how price will behave during the US session here. Last 2 hours of European cash trading. You can see price here held support and got absorbed below 700 and now just trading above it. On the other hand, we have VWAP here, volume weighted average price, and price just trading below. If we want to have a look on the medium term picture using the 30-minute chart here in order to see where we are for the medium term, you can see basically we just ranging within a range of 500s and 900s. We are currently in the midpoint of this range. So the question now is will it hold the 700s level on the US session, or if it manages to, or will it manage to break through and go towards 600s? As I said earlier, we are just within this weekly range here, you can see. So we'd like to see if it holds here at 700s. If it doesn't, we'll go short for a move towards 600s. If I bring the daily chart here with Bollinger Bands to see where we are in terms of bigger time frame picture, you can see price just failed to extend above this 800, 900 level and outside of a higher Bollinger Band, now pulling back towards this high level of 650s or so of this multi-week consolidation area. So we need to see if this eventually will go all the way towards the other side of the range, because this is what market is doing at the moment. So basically we'll wait now for the US cash open to see, and when I place a trade I will say it immediately I got long or I got short at this level. So we're looking for a nice support here below 700s. We need to allow the market to trade a few minutes at the US cash open to see if it holds there or if it initially holds then breaks further downside. On the other hand, if we see some support and failure to go below an absorption, perhaps a long against this level for a potential move up to VWAP or initial balance low will be nice trade. Also, if we look on the weekly profile here, if I split this, we can see the price this week broke out previous week's highs here, then just trades within this low volume traded area, held one support almost twice yesterday, and now third retest failed and just balancing here. So in case of further downside of 700s, looking for a move down to 660s, which is previous week's close and value area high here. So let's see how can this trade. So we can see some initial bounce here at the US cash open. Need to see if we have a retest here at 700s. See how this will behave if it holds to go long for a reversal here. In case of a breakdown of 700, we would like to see price going down to 668 here at this previous weekly close and the low of this trading week. So and see if it holds there for a long again. So let's give it some time to show any week. Also, I said earlier about the medium term picture here, we have this trading range 900s, 500s, so we're just in the midpoint of this. Shows a really nice level to see if it holds support or if it rips lower here. If I bring the 5-minute chart here to have a less noisy picture of what's going on. So today we had a failure here to, let me combine this with the profile as well. So today basically we had a failure to extend above yesterday's value area high, fit the gap here immediately below yesterday's point of control and just trended lower down towards 700s, held support here very nicely at value area low. So now the question will be if it holds resistance once again here on VWAP and we go towards the downside, and then what it does at 700s. Also this level here 23 is yesterday's low. We can see this green line here, so initially held resistance here now. So the question now will be if it holds these two levels combined here and the volume weighted average price and a low of previous day which broke it down, although failed to extend that much. So let's give it some time to see if this is a good area of resistance. So we have initial resistance here on volume weighted average price. We need to wait some time to see if market will manage to hold this and goes up to initial balance low of the day. A nice area of resistance again if price extends that much is 752 here, so perhaps we see a spike here and can be a nice short opportunity for the short term pullback. So let's give it some time to see if it fails here on VWAP or if it blips straight above this. So we have both DAX and SPY, the ETF of S&P 500 going higher at the US cash open. You can see this 30-minute candle once it opened here immediately higher. So the question now will be if this finds any kind of resistance at 730s or so, which is a higher Bollinger Band here as well. If it does find, then waiting to see the new 30-minute candle in 13 minutes if it has a reversal here. Of course, we need to be aware of the case that this can extend higher and higher as shorts which got absorbed all day down to 700s have to cover and price will eventually spike higher, as this happened here 2 days ago and price rallied all the way up to 800s. So let's give it some time here to see what it does at 730s. So you can see price here ripping higher 30 points in 700s. Need to see these 750s or so. Looks like it can tag this level. If it doesn't, fails, we'll try to go short there. Initiated a short trade here at 734. This is value area high of today's session. Of course, better wait it up to 745, 750s or so. Let's give it a go with a very tight stop here. So looking to see if we hold resistance here at 738, which is a value area high, and if price can just pull back from here. So make a short entry here at 734s where this red triangle is, and expecting market to fail here and just trade below. Of course, we like to see this down 700s. We need to give this some time to see what it does on VWAP 723s or so. If this is just a couple of minute pullback and then rips straight up, I will flatten the position, of course. So let's see, the more it stays below 730s, the better it is for the downside. Scale out here, first profit target instead of 10 points, 7 points or so. Better scale out faster rather than later and give it back. So let's see now if it goes down to VWAP 723s, and generally if it fails to extend here and goes towards 700s. Key level is to go below VWAP here for this, so I can go low. I'm sorry for this sound. Sorry for this annoying sound. Some people are getting in with the microphone open, which I suggest you close this down. So I dismissed a couple of people here which had the microphone open. So flatten the short trade here. Do not hold against this, just a small profit target and a scratch here for the rest. So we need to see now what price will do at 750s. This previously failed area here at this immediately spiked higher and failed. So we need to see what it will do here. So we see price consolidating at this level here. We need to see in 1 minute the new 30-minute candle, if it opens and rips straight higher, or if it opens and goes towards 700s. To be honest, this looked bearish this morning, but since we have so many hours of support here, we call this absorption. So you think the market is going to break now, you think it's going to break, you think it's going to go lower, you keep shorting and market is absorbing all the shorts, then you have to cover like this rally is from short covering. Short positions covered here immediately spiked higher. Of course, market just failed once again. So perhaps we have the same scenario here at 700s. We see a spike higher once price enters initial balance range, but again need to be aware what it does at 750s or even initial balance low 745s or so, to see if it fails that for a short opportunity. Here price held support at 731s. This blue line here is the first hour of cash trading low, so the low of the range from first hour of cash trading from this morning. So very good idea to flatten the short here and not wait for this. As I said earlier, this is likely to rip straight through once it goes towards initial balance area. So we're looking for a 750s retest if price spikes. Of course, 774s, it's the high of the day if it extends that much. So let's see what price will do at these levels. So price just at the initial balance low, testing here. Need to see if it rips straight through and go short at this level. Basically I shorted here 43s against this initial balance low level against 50s here. Let's see if it's too early here or if it managed to give some pullback. Scale out some here at 38 would flatten the position if price goes above initial balance high, no reason to hold against. So let's see if this methodical uptrend here will manage to give a pullback or if it just continues higher and higher. Also initial balance low of today, it's yesterday's value area low. You can see price here on the profile to the tick resistance, so the entry is good. The question is how good the trade will prove to be, and if it goes down towards 700s, lining the sun's VWAP here, perhaps we see some support and further upside. So let's see, we'll scale out on the way towards VWAP. Out of the short trade here, no reason to hold this. It's better to scalp some points rather than giving it back. So let's allow this some time to see if another retest will fail or if it will rip straight above initial balance. Perhaps flatten this too early, to be honest. So let's see. So initiated a short position here at 41s. Price once again held resistance here at initial balance low, the same level resistance, the same trade here for the short side. So very tight stop up to 48s. Need to see if this will eventually break out higher or if this have a very nice resistance and holds here. Straight down here so far. Let's see if it manages to go below 730s and what it does on VWAP, and if it goes eventually down 700s. Of course we are 35 points higher here, so this will be very nice short, as this was the idea for previous short, but decided to flatten this instead and see what it does, give it some time instead of holding against for example. So let's see, entry is at 41s. Okay, so we see a retest here once again, third time flashed immediately. I was about to stop out by 2 points, haven't stopped out, still short 41s. So if this eventually will hold, we'll likely see a move lower, although this is failing to trade either side here, but resistance here is clearly. So if price goes above here, I will just flatten the short, no reason to hold. SPY holding higher though, so let's see. Scale out here a few points, 36s from 41s, still will scale out 730s and 721s. Out of the short trade here for scratch and a profit target, 3 times the same thing, price failing to extend either higher here or holding clearly resistance low at initial balance low. Perhaps flatten this too early. SPY still holding highs, so if SPY pull back, DAX likely will do as well. The resistance here is clearly holding. The problem is you cannot do the same thing and expecting the same result more than 1 or 2 times, because market does not trade towards the downside as of now. And if we see the 5-minute chart here, if I bring this, you can see since the absorption here at 700 lows, you can see we have one time framing. Previous candles low never reached and closed, reached but never closed below previous candles low. So clearly resistance here once again at initial balance low, although will this pull back down towards 700s or it will be absorbed here and rip straight through towards the high of the day. Remain to be seen here. I think I flattened the position too early, to be honest. So let's see. So those 2 entries were great trading location here, and you can see in combination with Bollinger Band here and value area high of the day Also, yesterday's value area low here holding resistance, although due to the day, which is Friday, the time of the day, we see some slow price action, so that's why I hesitated to hold. Also, SPY holding higher, although we have nice tick here, index skewing towards the downside. This tracks the underlying strength of or weakness of US stocks. So the question now is, do you go short here at 33, risking 10 points up to 13 points for a move down to 700s? That's why I entered here, and I said that I flattened way too early, not even my stop came out here. Let's see. Initiated a short trade here at 730s. Would like to see again the same scenario, although this trade location was much better. Now would like to see if price can go down towards 700 here. I see SPY pulling back and as it tick skewing towards the downside, so we need to see if in what it does on VWAP here. Eventually would like to see this down towards 700s, although this entry at 41s here could have been more than 10 points, but haven't managed to hold this because I saw some pushing towards the upside. So let's see. Out of the short trade here for 3 points or so, no reason to hold this as is getting support here. Hopefully you will not see just consolidation sideways until the European cash close. So we see some sideways consolidation here with ranging between 31s and 46 or so. So you don't always have to be in a trade, better be patient and anticipate how the market, when it's failing, when it's holding support or when it's failing to go higher, then perhaps locate a trade. Of course, the bias should be towards the upside once this is above VWAP, and considering the fact that it held support and got absorbed here all day during the midday here at 700. So let's see how much more has this to give in terms of ranging. Although this the difference between the last 2 hours of cash trading and the first hour of cash trading is that in the first hour we have a faster momentum, while in the last 2 hours we're taking double the time to trade the same range as the first hour. So for a range of 100 points for the first hour, it can happen within 1 hour, where in the end of since US cash open here and the end of European cash trading, it takes 2 hours, so requires twice the patience basically. So let's see now pushing higher if it can go up towards initial balance levels and holds any kind of resistance. This 750 is good area of resistance, as it's failed here earlier this day. You can see here you're taking a trade, you immediately flattening the position, no reason to hold this because it might go, you trade what you see basically. Okay, price once again up to initial balance low. Would like to see if another retest will fail here or if it manages to go inside initial balance. Once again got short here after price failed at initial balance high, short at 42. So we'd like to see if eventually this will give us a bigger pullback than the previous one. Now trade location is at good level, 42s, instead of shorting down to 10 points lower. So immediately working 38s here. So let's see. Out of the short here, not sure how many retests this can handle and not spike straight up. Better stay out of this. not the best thing to see. Once you exit, price immediately working in favor of the trade you exited. So that's the reality of trading. 1, 3, 4 retest here. Exited because thought it can spike further and price immediately failed to extend there and went like 10 points lower. So let's see. You can see here the importance of the profile levels here, the initial balance low, which is the low of the first hour of trading, not the cash trading, 1 hour before. You can see 5 retests here, 5 times can enter to the tick here and just scalp a few points lower until this cracks further down if it's about to do so. So a few nice trades today, full profit target 40 points earlier this morning at this short here, then a couple of scalps here which price hasn't managed to give some nice pullback, although managed not to allow market to go against. You can see here also the 30-minute chart once again just trading on the higher Bollinger Band here on the 30 minutes and trying to find some direction at today's value area high 740s or so. Also SPY pulled back further than DAX. DAX should be the equivalent close towards the lows here. Perhaps can do in the last few minutes of European cash trading. So as I'm talking here, price immediately failed from this initial balance high level. Great trade location for shorts. Of course, I missed the last one, which seems now picked up momentum towards the downside. That was my intention here at these shorts against initial balance to fail and price go lower. So it's okay.